Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Dark, with DLD After Dark. Now, tonight, we have a very special show, not only because we have a very special set of guests, but we're also simulcasting. So, this is not only on the DLD After Dark channel, this is also on the Black Diamond Guns and Gear channel, which after the first 7 minutes, we'll be able to talk more about that. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get ready for an incredible evening of not only great conversations, but also great cookies. More on that later.
Hey!
Wait, what's going on?
Nothing.
He was grabbing my titty.
I saw it. That was like full throttle. He was all up in there.
And on the titty.
And on the titty. Guys, we have some exciting guests, and I have one more little surprise, which I'm going to wait a little bit. I can't really contain my excitement, but it's okay. I'll wait. Yeah, Black Diamond Guns and Gear. Go ahead and introduce y'all selves and let everyone know what you do, where they can find you, and what type of sexual positions you prefer.
I'm Josh.
I'm Josh.
And we run 76 Tuesday Podcast. We also perhaps run Black Diamond Guns and Gear.
We also have an OnlyFans page.
We do have an OnlyFans. It's joshonly.com.
Oh, I thought it was. Then who's Randall only?
Oh yeah, Randall's over there.
Yeah.
It's
It's
Tommy.
it's you're never lonely at joshonly.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been giving way too much money to the wrong person. Then
we're on location. We're in a hotel room right now. We are basically in South Carolina.
Undisclosed location.
Oh, well, I was just going to tell you where.
We are at the corner of Maine, and
we're in somebody's hotel room right now. We don't really don't want to kind of throw it out there because he really doesn't know we're in here. But we're in South Carolina going to the Palmetto State Armory Gathering event, which is pretty cool. It's actually a public event that you can actually come to, and if you're in the South Carolina Clinton area, you can actually come to the event tomorrow. It starts at 9:00 in the morning. It's only like $40. So like, come to shoot everything you want.
Nice. That's dope. But let me bring it back a little bit. You said you're in someone else's hotel room, and they don't know that you're there.
Oh yeah. Well, we kind of took his key out of his wallet while he wasn't looking, and
Oh, good.
So maybe he'll show up in a little bit. I don't know. He might be a little surprised. I'm not sure.
He's still at the bar.
We told him that we'd probably see him later, but he doesn't really like us all that much, so it's not like he's looking for us to be here.
Wow. Well, it's not like everybody at that event and in that hotel is armed and angry.
We didn't want to tell him.
Woo!
So,
Where the fuck did you guys come from?
So, hey man.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, that we're actually coming by because you got better internet than our van does.
It's just my phone. What the? I told you not to do that OnlyFans shit in my room.
No.
You're using my internet for that, aren't you?
No, it's not that. It's not that. This is we're doing a podcast with DLD.
About 15 minutes ago, I spread eagle. So.
Yeah. So
I'm not on OnlyFans.
We're not doing that now. We're just doing DLD After Dark.
Look, I'm over here.
Oh man, that's great. That was good. That toilet sound was impeccable. That was excellent.
So
yeah, that was awesome.
this here.
Am I saying where I'm
Yeah,
from? Or am
yeah.
I just saying on mic?
Oh, I don't know, man. On my podcast, I wanted you as Mike. So
Mic'd up.
yeah.
So
I don't know. You can do whatever you want. If you want to act.
I'm Mike. I'm Mike. I am with CMMG. But depending on what direction this goes this evening, I might just be Mike.
So good thing this is live and we can't edit anything out. So So you actually work like at the main headquarters in CMMG?
Yep.
Nice.
So for quite some time now, I get to go do shows like the Gathering here and hang out with jokers like this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, that's awesome. Well, welcome aboard.
Thank
That's
you.
pretty rad. So you guys are out at the Gathering. You're in South Kakalaka. You're shooting a bunch of shit, I imagine.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
Mike's just shooting a bunch of CMMG stuff.
I'm not really even shooting it. I'm just letting people shoot my stuff.
Yeah.
if I could get my hands on a full auto Banshee in 7.62x39 that obviously takes a K-Max, I'd be completed as a man, you know.
Well, I mean, we have one that we're shooting this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh God. Actually, I gotta say, so I used to work in the industry, and I had to order from distributors, manufacturers, and deal with companies all the time. And seriously, CMMG was one of the best. Like, always a pleasure to deal with. Like, you guys seriously put like an extra extra attention to like how you treat people. I love that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, hell yeah. Cool. So what kind of describe your experience so far, gentlemen?
Well, we missed the media day.
I feel like Brandon should be in here.
Yeah, man. Sit on the floor.
My fat ass getting that far?
You sit over here, I'll sit on the floor. Sorry, I'm just totally interrupting things because it's their channel too. But
No, I'm good.
No, you're in here.
No, it's awesome, man. You're here.
Brandon's over here drinking beers.
I'm drinking some brewskis.
Come on in, man. Let's get you right in between the legs. Right
hey. No.
This is awesome. It's so funny because I usually see all you guys in like this professional setting with like your beautiful background, and
our lighting is a little subpar this evening.
I love it.
Nice harsh backlight over there.
It's beautiful. It's a nice warm yellow.
This Beavis and Butthead thing is that I literally feel like we're on the couch sitting in front of the TV and Beavis and Butthead said,
Oh, actually, Knight Custom Builds. What's up, brother? So he's in Ridgeway, South Carolina. So the great news is I have no fucking clue where that is. So if that's close to,
I know if he's in South Carolina, he can't be that far.
Yeah.
There you go. So where do I find the 7-6 Tuesday podcast? Well, if you use
You
your
can find it at 76 Tuesday podcast channel. Podcast channel.
Yeah, actually, here's what I'll do. I'll type something in chat, poop, and then you'll see the channel. It's 76 Tuesday, all in one congruent word,
Oh,
and then
there. That's why.
podcast. Yeah, there you go.
I'm blind.
Boop.
Boop. Oh yeah, sorry. So my apologies. So please describe your experience so far.
Oh, well, we totally missed media day, and I think that's the day. So today it was basically like an all public event, right? So you were there for Thursday. I wasn't there for Thursday, but the media event is basically where people with content creators can come and like actually probably mic and talk to the people, like interview them with a microphone or whatever.
Yep.
And it's probably a little bit easier because you don't have all these people around you or online like there is today, standing behind you, waiting to shoot these firearms that they have out here. So it's difficult to do what we are supposed to do while we're there on a public event day. So it's definitely different, and I wish that we'd have came on the media day.
Yeah. So from a vendor standpoint, it's a 4-day show. Thursday was open to media. Friday opened up to the public. Today and tomorrow we're also open to the public. So you have 3 days open to the public. It's 10 to 5 every day. So, I mean, anybody watching this right now, it's still open 10 to 5 tomorrow. I think it's $40 at the gate. Credit cards, they'll take there. So if you're in or anywhere close to Greenville or Clinton, South Carolina, you can still swing by tomorrow. Stop in and say hi to us. We're running low on ammo really quick. We were actually also been on the range for a couple days. We weren't supposed to be on the range today, but we still had ammo to burn. We ran out of it really quick, scrambled to get more. And we're going to be out in the morning pretty early. So if you want to come play, but it's a really cool event. We don't have an opportunity to do too many events that's open to the public, and it's really cool. to have that kind of event because I mean that's the end user. I mean that's me talking to me. You know, I'm the guy that wants these guns and everything. So I'm actually kind of excited about running out of ammo early tomorrow and running out of swag early tomorrow because that means we can button up and then we can go play at other people's booths. So
Oh hell yeah, that's always the
we get
best.
to be the customers tomorrow.
The thing is that I thought it was just like when I first saw it, I thought it was just a PSA event. So I just thought all PSA stuff was going to be there. I didn't know there was actually going to be vendors and stuff. Like I didn't even know Mike was coming. I didn't know CMG was going to be here. CMMG was going to be here.
I mean, CMMG, EOTech, FN, IWI, obviously Palmetto State,
Clock,
Glock, Springfield, SIG,
Barrett,
Leopold.
They got an area where you can shoot a mile with a Barrett.
Ooh,
You get a
nice.
coin.
Yeah.
Dude, that's money. I heard that. What's up, Gun Doctor TV? Good to see you, brother. Gun Doctor, I actually need to get you back on, man. Make sure we connect.
I need to apologize to Gun Doctor. I think I got a text from him, and if I don't have the notification on my phone, immediately in my face, I forget about it. And now that I see Gun Doctor TV on there, I'm like, crap.
Dang.
Give me a text again. I need to respond.
Yeah, no, the funny thing is like I use my text messages almost like as a to-do list, right? So like when I don't open it, that means I'm gonna respond to you later.
Yeah.
And then when I forget about it, which I almost always do, they all get buried like so far below. So I just always have like 200 text messages.
Well, what sucks about that is like I try to do that, but I read it and then I realize I need to respond to that later, and I don't have my notification, and I don't always like it's depending on your device. You can't always do a mark as unread or anything of that sort.
Yeah, and in that moment,
I'll read it and go, I need to respond to this. Mark as unread because I need to come back to it.
Yeah, and then somebody's like, "Hey, Mike," and you're like, "Yeah," and then you
Oh yeah.
Yep. That's how it is, man.
Squirrel.
Yeah, exactly. I see flashy things. What?
Yeah, I know, right? So I have I do have one surprise which I am gonna show to everybody out here, but I also I have a confession to you guys, and I want to first start off by apologizing. John Crump, it's not Daniel, it's Randall. I don't know, maybe he was talking to someone else, I'm not sure. What's up, John Crumpy? Good to see you here, brother.
That was our my cousin who wants to be unnamed, so we called him Randall.
Yeah, but then it turned to BJ, didn't it?
No, wait, didn't we call Josh Randall one time?
Yeah, I was like, we were talking about how I don't use my personal name, like my slave name. No, I'm kidding. My government name, and I was like, well, yeah, you guys just go by Josh and Josh, and you were like, you're assuming that's our real name, and I was like, oh my god,
Yeah,
that's too funny.
Then later on we use Randall for Tommy. Yeah. But yeah. Josh, name is not really Josh, it's Randall. We just do the Josh and Josh name, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hold on. You guys were serious?
Yeah.
Like your name is not Josh and Josh?
No, we just do that for aesthetics. His actual name is Randall.
What the fuck? Dude, you're killing me right now, man.
Yep.
All right, well, I guess I just got to come out with it. So, my name, and I grew up right down. If you look at the East Coast, like if you're looking at a map,
Yeah, I live here.
North about 200 miles. So, but it's it's the story of a military kid,
Yep, exactly.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. Moving along. So my confession to you guys was this. I have transitioned from, I shouldn't lead with that. I have looked at my equipment that I typically carry on a daily basis, and I transitioned from a 43X to a 19X.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
Now, I know it makes zero sense. It's like, hey, increase your weight by 100%, increase your size and profile by 100%, and gain 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Gain 1 round. Because I put the 5-round extension on the backup mag.
Oh,
So so I'm looking at like 16 and 20, so 36 plus 20 and 17.
Well, the original one is 17 though, so you got.
Hold up. It's the same amount.
It's actually 2 rounds, isn't it?
Hold up.
Wait. So
So-
the 43.
Somebody didn't do the research as much as I do when I buy something.
It's a 43X has a 15 round magazine with a shield arms bag. So
It's 1 round.
altogether.
It's 1 round.
A
So
9X has 17 rounds with 1 in the chamber, so that's 18 rounds. So really, you're getting 2 rounds.
but so I'm rocking the 19 plus 1, so 20, with the 17 plus 1, so it's 37 as opposed to the 36 because I got 20 in the backup mag for the 43X.
Oh, okay.
And then I did the plus 5er, the old plus 5er.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm carrying the 43X right now.
nice. I can't even see it.
Oh, I don't have it on.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it was just like I had this like obsession with a factory 19X. I build Glocks like crazy, right? I have so many Glocks that are all the same, caliber, and I don't even know why I do this to myself, but I love it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to change it up a bit, and I'm going to get a factory 19X, but I don't want to spend $700. So what I did is I found a dude selling the complete upper for $220, and then I found a dude selling a complete lower new with all OEM parts for $260. How about that?
That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Right? So
That's like blue label pricing for gloves.
So is it still tan?
I know, right? Say again?
Is it still tan and everything? Like you got all the
Yep.
tan?
Yep. Well, I guess I can't really. Well,
We trust you.
Yeah, I could like,
Yeah.
Take
it down.
And because like I had to rock this with the 19er and then the 17er on the side. I was like, well, I can't carry my like black cold steel knife. That'd be gay. So I had to go with the flat dark earth.
There you go.
So yeah, man. So but I love it. I can't see me doing this long term. So I'll probably.
What made you switch from 43X to 19X?
I just freaking love this thing. Like it is just perfect. It's beautiful. It calls my name at night.
To be honest with you, the 19 really is.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's kind of like the gun that solved the problems that no one had, right? Like it's like, man, this 19 is just way too crazy 9mm recoil.
High point could.
That's true. It's true.
Well, one of my favorite things. It was an answer in search of a question.
Yeah.
Yep, that's absolutely true.
Same thing with the 40, well, I don't know. 43X, everybody wanted that to happen, except for everybody wanted the 43X and 15 rounds instead of 10.
From Glock. Like we wanted it from Glock.
Right, yeah.
We didn't want all these great, incredible aftermarket people, which God bless you guys, but
they need to do that on their own first.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, like in my bag, I still like, this is how much of a 43X head I am. Like I have like an off-body EDC bag, like for stuff that's like stuff that doesn't go boom, right? Anything that can go boom is on body. But even in my little sack here, I got 2 of the 10-round 43X mags, which I should probably switch that out to a 17 size mag. Good thinking. Yeah, but I won't rock it forever. But it was a good little
So what made you want
switch
to
up.
rock it now? Though it's summertime, you might want something light. You're just going to be wearing a t-shirt, like.
Yeah,
what's now?
Sadly, I think it was just so like aesthetically attractive to me that I was just like, man, it's so beautiful. It's all flat dark earth. It's I just
it is a Glock in my opinion. I think it's fine.
But I'm definitely going to go back to the 43X just because, like, cramming 16 rounds in a gun that is like 2/3 the size of a 19 is the most beautiful thing ever.
It
And then
really-
having 20 rounds in the as a backup, that's beautiful. What's up, Loki? Sorry.
It definitely is. That's my favorite carry. I love the 26. That's like my go-to, handgun basically. But
Oh yeah,
43X is where it's at, especially the 43X MOS that I have. That's the one I carry, is the 43X MOS.
nice. And that has the rail on it too.
Yeah, it's got the rail, so you can add a light. I have a 407K on there, so the red dot makes it even better. Like it's literally.
Oh yeah. Oh. You guys froze for a second. So while we wait for you to come back, oh, did you come back? You came back.
You good?
Okay, you're back. You're good. Oh, you're a little choppy. You're like stick figure motion. Oh, did the person with the hotspot walk away?
The person with the hotspot walk away?
No, that's you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we should be good. Maybe it just got interrupted for a second. Looks like we're back.
I
Sorry about
texted
that.
somebody, so it probably screwed that up.
It's like throwing
It's like, no, I cannot do a podcast and texting at the same time.
So,
Yeah.
funny thing is, today we actually ran by the Glock booth. So, Glock had an actual booth here at the PSA event. And the funny thing was we were looking at everything, and one of the Glock ladies, she walked up, and I was like, so where's the 26X at? She goes, what do you mean the 26X? Are we supposed to be coming out with a 26X? I was like, I think you should.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Listen to your people.
Dude, I mean, there are people 3D printing them all day. Like, I mean, the 26X, they call it the 1923. Oh, Mr. Snow actually just shot in the St. Augustine Makers match out there. Mr. Snow, I'm hoping that you are reserving your announcement of first place for later. We'll see.
Yeah, I talked to a number of people that were heading down there. They were around Thursday and Friday.
Wait, is that in Florida?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I just got 2 3D printers, so I might have to start looking at that myself.
Tony from Team Norseman, isn't that where he was going?
Yes.
Tony Martin, he's a friend of ours who lives out in the Knoxville area. He's like a 10-time competition shooter champion guy. And we saw him at the gathering down here today. And he said that he was only going to be here for a couple hours and he was heading down to Florida for that same thing.
Nice. Yeah, there were nearly 90 people registered to shoot and compete, which for the gunmakers match, like that's first place in pistol caliber carbines with the Cobra confirmed, bro. Mr. Snow, congratulations, brother.
Hey, congratulations!
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
That's incredible, and I'll see if I can pull up a picture of his. So he literally not only 3D printed this Cobra, which is a pistol caliber carbine, braced pistol caliber carbine that takes Glock mags. He made the bolt.
Oh,
he
wow.
made the bolt. I mean, there's so much cool shit that is going on out there in the 3D printing community. And I kept having like the most incredible 3D printers on the show. I would have Mr. Snow on, Chairman Juan. I'd have Print Shoot Repeat, P80 Ralph, and 3D Arms, the guy that designed the 50 BMG lower. Yep, it's a 50 BMG lower that the AR-15. So there's a 50 BMG AR-15 upper that you can throw on it. It's essentially a lower, but there's a lot of engineering that went into that. It's crazy.
I never heard that before. I didn't know that was a thing.
Dude, it's nuts. He also, are you guys familiar with the FGC 9, the F gun control 9?
Oh.
So a dude named Jay Stark, I believe he was the original designer of that. He was out in the UK, and talk about somebody really fighting behind enemy lines to proliferate the signal. And he ended up dying. He ended up passing away. And It's interesting. He got raided by the police, and they said he died of a heart attack during the raid.
Really?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Vicious.
So was it a heart attack, or was it something like cardiac arrest, where it technically his heart stopped due to whatever reason?
Excellent point, right? Because enough taser action, yeah, you could go into
Yeah.
cardiac arrest. If sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but I mean, it's you got to find the humor in it at some point, you know. Yeah. So just to throw this into you guys, I told you I had a
Can't say that. Huh?
what's
What?
up?
I said nothing. Never mind. Go
I
ahead.
said I love you.
Love you too, baby. I told you guys I had a Too Many Choices CNT Designs. What's up? Gunmetal Guy USA. Howdy. A dual channel stream. Awesome. Hell yeah. You're welcome. It was
First
their
time
idea.
I thought it was pretty cool. I was like,
Yeah.
I saw you do it with the Crump, and I was like, dude, that's what we should do.
Hell
Because
yeah, man.
we were gonna have to record our podcast today anyway. So I was like, this is the way to go.
Dude, look at that. It's the best of both worlds. And this will be saved on your channel. You can do your own thing with it, rip the audio from it, put it up on your podcast, do your thing.
Yeah.
So you guys know that, when people send super chats, I'll typically, toss up a video or something like that, like when we have guests. And as you see tonight, we have these very special guests, these esteemed guests. And I wanted to do something really profound with the video. So there's nothing else to say other than here we go.
Right.
With gas prices the way that they are, have you ever found yourself
That's right.
oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Whoever made that meme,
I feel that.
Yeah, no shit.
dude, it hits me right here, and the people that are like, it's not inflation, it's these greedy capitalistic companies that
Yeah, right.
who'd you vote for? But okay. Yeah.
Dude, do you watch Conservative Ant on Instagram?
Mm-mm.
Follow his channel, and you can thank me later. He does so many good videos.
Ants like A-N-T, like the critter.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of weird to be A-U-N-T, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I could see both, right?
Huh?
I could see both, like conservative AUNT, but so
Yeah.
ANT.
This guy is hilarious, and he does so many I guess you know how you can do like duels on like TikTok, or I guess I don't know if you can do those on Instagram or not. I haven't really done that, but
Yeah,
he does a lot of duels with like Biden and Harris and Psaki and stuff, and it's so fucking hilarious. It's really, really funny. You should just watch it.
Yeah. So, what's up, K Sizzle? So, just so you guys know, I'm not sure who made that meme, whatever. BV, I don't want to hear it. We're at like 429 out here. Okay. So you take your 332 and
wow.
talk to me about memories.
Yeah, I think we're up to like 420 right now.
Yeah, we were
419.
Now, where we're
It's a
actually
good solid number.
South Carolina, it's 381.
Oh yeah.
Filled up to 371 today, or 378. So that's what it is back home for us, dude. So,
Dude, man.
But just take a moment. Just take a brief moment.
Right now.
419. That's what I feel that.
Take a brief moment and acknowledge where we are in our world, that us grown-ass adults are sitting here talking about the difference of like pennies and gas prices because we've lost complete and utter control of our country. Like, this is a fucking shame. This is terrible.
Yep. I agree.
Sorry. I'll get off my my soapbox.
No, that's 100% correct. I mean, at what point is it like? I hate to talk about it like about what at what point what's what's enough basically is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah. I'm thinking on behalf of the values of CMMG, and due to your employment, I'm going to stop this conversation now because
I can sit here and be quiet. I don't necessarily have to partake in everything.
okay, in that case, the CIA, the AT. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right, man. I mean, if you're not already on 8 or 9 government watch lists, you're just not even living right, though.
Oh, bro, you know,
just being a good American is going to be things that are going to get you on watch.
I mean, they're
Mhm.
telling people that people that disagree with fucking school and wanting to raise their kids the right way that they're domestic terrorists. I mean, so
oh yeah.
like
And
what?
the
How
sad
far-
thing is, like that's like old news, right?
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. Like whatever happened to like the America where like I don't get a knock on my door when I order 200 pounds of ammonium nitrate and aluminum powder, you know? I mean, for like reactive
But the
targets.
knock on the door should be the delivery driver making sure you're there to accept the delivery.
Yeah. Ah, great. My reactive targets for shooting purposes only. Thank you, delivery man. You know? And then of course it turns into this whole McVeigh thing. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean it's crazy the direction that we've gone. But I do because of this. I
You still
do
order firearms out of the back of a Sears catalog and have them delivered directly to your house.
the literal machine guns.
Yeah.
Pre 1934, you could for under $100. So I think it was somewhere between like $45 and $75, depending on the model that you chose. But you could order a full auto Thompson and have it delivered to your doorstep for $45, $55, $75, depending on what you got, how many drums in like a beautiful case.
Typewriter.
Hmm?
It's called the Chicago typewriter, right?
Oh yeah, the Chicago typewriter. Yep, yeah. Which I think it may have been dubbed that
Drop
name.
that college bomb on us.
It may have been dubbed that name post NFA.
Yeah.
Due to the St. Valentine's Day massacre, which
Yeah, I believe I heard once like the Sten literally cost like $7 to make.
yeah, so funny enough, have you guys ever heard of a gentleman by the name of Adam Grubb?
Nope.
So Adam Grubb is, and he would agree if he were here. This is the only reason that I'm saying this. He's a nobody. He's just a dude. Now he is a very freedom-minded, like American, but he just decided to make a bunch of machine guns and videotape himself as a young adult, and he built a Sten out of, get this, with like an $8 parts kit. He built a Sten out of a muffler from Advanced Auto. Badass, number one. Number two, he built a bunch of other AKs, a bunch of other illegal machine guns. He ended up getting arrested by the ATF. Had him on the channel. It was a great show. Check it out. But yeah, man, it's crazy. I mean, the Gun Control Act of 1968, the National Firearms Act of 1934, and anything in between the two, like even the ban from 94 to 04, like every single thing that they have done is an encroachment on our God-given rights. And
That's one of the things that really irritates the hell out of me is you always have people on the opposite side. You have the anti 2A community that they're going to come to us and they're saying, well, just give this little bit.
Yeah.
But they don't look back in history and see how many times we've given that little bit.
more than 20,000.
We have got to hold on for the very little bit that we have left.
Yeah. I think that's really why people started, I guess, getting a lot more involved, like when it came to bump stocks, when it came to pistol braces, when it came to unfinished frames and receivers. And, now, I'm not sure if you guys know this, now the ATF, because they know how we work, they said, okay, we're going to call for our new rule, because they can fake legislate fiat law through determination letters and examination letters. I don't know if you guys know that. They can make pretend law because of an opinion. And they said, hey, we're going to make this new ruling on unfinished frames and receivers. And I'm a builder. Like that's what I do. That's what our channel's about, mostly is liberty, freedom. And if you need to get that, go ahead. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah. And they said, we're going to make this new ruling by or before June 1. And I came on stream and I was like, guys, I promise you, they know how we work. The whole month of May is going to be loaded with panic buying, crazy urgency, everyone buying 80% lowers all over the place. They're going to call it sooner so they catch us with their pants down. And what did they do? They said, oh, hey, guys, we're going to do it the 1st of April. And then now everyone is going crazy buying 80%ers. There wasn't a question there. I was just saying that.
I mean, they're doing it to themselves. I mean, they come up with all this stuff, and then they wonder why in the hell everybody's reacting the way they are. It's like, because you're making asinine, quote unquote, laws that hold the weight of law that are total BS. I mean, it is an unregulated body. It has no checks and balances to it.
Yeah.
The stuff they have doesn't go the proper process to become a law.
Yeah.
But just because somebody has an opinion on something one way or another, you could be put into federal prison because they don't like what you did.
Yeah.
But yet, when they announce they're going to do this BS and people freak out, they wonder why in the hell people are freaking out and trying to get the stuff that they're trying to ban. I mean, it's just abolish the ATF. This is gone.
Yeah, the NFA it should be changed to not fair to anyone. Straight
Beautiful.
up. Like
Beautiful,
if you think about it,
actually.
okay, so that's the thing is let's look at the NFA. Let's look at the ATF. Let's look at the things that they do. A 14.5 non-pinned upper is illegal on a rifle lower.
Yeah.
Without proper documentation.
Right.
Without
now,
paying
tell
for
me how that 14.5 AR-15 is any easier to conceal than a 16.
or more lethal or more
lethal. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I'm sure the ballistics are, definitely a hell of a lot better out of that 14.5 than it is a 16.
Yeah, or a 20, and that's the thing. They have to find a place. It's the same. So let's look at the gentleman that I played the video of, right? Mr. Kittenhouse, Ryle Kittenhouse. You can't even say the name nowadays. So they were going to screw him either way, and I'm using this as an example. If he had jacketed hollow points in his magazine, right, which aren't very popular, but let's say like the 45 grain or 77 grain jacketed hollow points for self-defense or for varmints, if he had jacketed hollow points in there, they would have said he specifically selected jacketed hollow points because they do the most damage to liquid medium like flesh and destroy tissue, but he used full metal jackets. So they said he specifically selected full metal jackets because they just go through person after person after person. It's like watching, that railgun meme that we see all the time where it goes through like 12 walls of steel.
I mean, as a firearms instructor, that's something I've kind of always told my students. I'm like, when you go to buy your carry ammo, try to, if you can, watch what it's called. I mean, if you had Spear Loadouts, which are incredible ammo, but if the same thing was named the Man Killer 2000, and you used that, and you, God forbid, had to use it to defend yourself,
I got Spear Loadouts in here.
they are going to go against your ammo all the time. And they want to go against that stuff that sounds evil. So,
like the RIP.
Like the RIP ammo.
I mean, I was telling my customers like crazy. I'm like, if you want to try it, cool, but man, I would hate to be caught using that stuff in self-defense.
It works really good. You just can't really depend on them not to use it against you.
Yeah. So I used to tell people, I mean, I even went so far a little bit as to try to advise people like, it's like, I know you probably won't care, and it's an incredible round, but try to avoid anything that has the word Magnum in it, like 357 Magnum. I mean, 38 sounds a lot less harmless than 357 Magnum.
Well, because it's special. It's so special.
But give them an inch, and they're going to want to try to take a mile. They're going to want to go after anything they can. But then now you do full metal jacket.
I tell you,
and that's
It's simply the fact that they used the damn gun.
The reason I brought that up, and I apologize, I didn't really complete my thought well, or the message
cut you off.
well. No, it's my intention is saying that with damned if you do, damned if you don't, with full metal jackets or hollow points or whatever, is because they say the same thing. You know, a 14 and a half inch barrel, a 20-inch barrel, 16 and a half inch barrel is more lethal. Well, a 10 and a half inch barrel, a 12 and a half inch barrel, anything sub 16, like that's more concealable and more lethal and more like, well, you got to have it like everything that you're taking or that, you know, you have the intention of taking is everything that we've developed, that the industry has developed, not for loopholes, as you say it is for compliance. It is for compliance for your already tyrannical mandates that you claim are law, but all they do is they categorize these things that they say we don't like this, even though like rate of fire doesn't determine if something is a machine gun, right?
Yeah.
But now they're kind of going in that direction.
Yep.
So a binary trigger one day, maybe that's next, right? But the FRT, bump stock, FRT, whatever they choose, they say, okay, this turns it into something kind of like a machine gun. So I'm going to categorize this under 16 USC, 18 USC, one of these two laws that says, you know, machine guns are, you know, illegal and stuff. It's like, bro, like, how can you do that?
It's basically them just putting it under anything that's going to help them out and putting it basically under anything that they can solve their case for and make their case for. And it's all what's going to help them out.
Yeah, it's all building their narrative.
Yeah, there's a lot of times. I mean, you hear about people who live in California, you know. So I mean, there are a lot of people in California that are fighting the good fight behind enemy lines. You talk about compliance. Look at all the stuff that has been developed in the last 5 to 10 years just for people to have a California compliant gun.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really, you know, innovative stuff that has come from that in the name of compliance, which has really kind of furthered, you know, firearms development. So it's incredible. And I thank those people that are out there fighting the good fight, you know, and then you do get the people that are always like, well, just move. Well, I mean, that's given up way too easy. I mean, I totally appreciate anybody watching here that is in California fighting that fight because, I mean, it's people like you that are, I mean, you're in ground zero right now.
Yeah.
I think if you had 30, 40 people in your family that lived in that area or something like that, you yourself, because you believe in, you know, the Second Amendment, are just going to pick up and take off? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's true though. All the products, like we've done stuff like on the Cali key that was made for people that are in banned states. What's that mean mag or whatever from Mean Arms or whatever?
Mean Arms, yeah.
It's like a mag that is stationary for your AR-15, and you can actually load it
through the ejection port.
Yeah,
that thing was really cool.
And then there's that bolt.
It doesn't have to be made. It should.
I agree.
It shouldn't have to be made, but unfortunately, it does.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing. Like we talk all the time about, you know, things that we kind of have to check ourselves and say, well, and then let's go back to the world that we actually live in, you know, because you know, there was also that bolt that was made. It's a bolt and charging handle combination. That is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. Yeah. So moving along. I'm just kidding. But that, for you guys that don't know, there's almost kind of like, in a way, it's like a point system to where, like, you know, if you have a detachable magazine, you can't have a pistol grip and it can't be semi-auto, or if it's not semi-auto, you can have and don't take advice from me because it just don't. It won't work out well for you. But it's something along the lines of, if it's semi-auto, you can't have a detachable mag or a, you know, vertical pistol grip. So that basically gives them the ability to just rack the charging handle every time and still have a detachable magazine and a vertical pistol grip. And if SHTF, or if we end up in a WROL situation, they can just take out the guts, you know, throw it somewhere else and put a real bolt carrier group charging handle in there, and they're rocking and rolling.
That is a very cool, like, innovative product, to be honest with you, because like you said, you have certain things, you can't have the other. And with that actual bolt that they sell you with that key and everything, or with that charging handle, it really does. I mean, it makes it like a single shot rifle that you bolt charge your entire,
and you're not permanently modifying it.
right.
You know, it's easy drop in.
So, like you said, if it hits the fan, pull that shit out, throw it in, you're ready to roll. I mean, that is a very cool product in my opinion.
Yeah. What do you think, Randall?
I like that shit.
Hell yeah.
The thing that I really liked about the Cali Key, it is like I said, it's not for everyone. Like I said, it's mainly for banned states and stuff like that. But I can actually see it for. It would probably be good for a long range rig, and not only that, but
yeah, I can see
suppressed fire.
Yeah.
If you think about it, I mean, like you don't have the chamber pop. You know, now you still have a gas tube. You know, you may have gas blowing back to the gas tube, but there's, cant your gas block a little bit. That way you cut your gas off,
Yeah.
Gas tube, that's what you want to do. Want to have a silent rig,
I mean, if you wanted to get the AR style,
Yeah.
and use it for a long range rig, that would be the way to go.
That's true. That would essentially make it like a bolt gun. Yeah, I mean, really, you could just forego the gas system, which, whatever, if you wanted to, or like you said, cant it or something, and I mean, roll with a bolt a bolt
I don't know
AR.
how that Cali Key is. I mean, I don't think it's terribly expensive.
Yeah.
But it comes with this massive charging handle.
Yeah.
I swear that thing's probably, I don't know, it's really huge, and it's already connected to the bolt itself, so it's not like you have to buy separate things. It literally comes in one huge kit, and you throw it together, throw it in there.
Yeah, it just essentially keeps it from reciprocating and keeps it semi-auto. Yes, so I lived through that, the DC sniper, quite literally. It was in my area. There was there were a couple of incidents in my area. One person was shot. I don't want to say the exact incident because I don't want to dox myself too much. Whoa, I just started getting a crucial echo. Did something change?
I don't know.
Can you hear us?
Yeah. Okay, it's back. That was weird. Okay, sorry about that.
That was super fucking weird. It looked like you were reading.
Dude, that was like nuts. So I lived through that, man, and the whole white van thing. They actually would stake out areas where they found white vans. Once the whole narrative was built that a white van was seen at every single shooting, and they would commit shootings. The kid was in the trunk. They had a whole board out of the trunk of I think it was like a Cutlass or an Oldsmobile of some sort. Yeah, and with a bolt action like a Remington 700 or something along those lines, they were just going out shooting people. And man, like me being younger, like watching like my mom get out and pump gas after like somebody was just smoked at the gas station, not too far from our house, like that. It was terrifying. And I think those kinds of experiences kind of made me be like, I'm not going to be a victim,
Yeah, exactly. I think that is the mentality that you have to have. You have to look at it as people are evil, and there is evil in the world. People are evil, and they will hurt you no matter what. So why choose to be a victim when you can choose not to be a victim and stand up for yourself and carry a gun, or at least learn fighting, something to not be a victim in that case. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they're saying it was a Bushmaster. I thought it was a bolt action rifle. They're saying it was a scoped AR. Well, that doesn't help my narrative at all. I'm just kidding. The thing is that,
but it helps theirs.
Yeah. Exactly what Josh is saying. Like, evil is going to be evil, right? And you cannot legislate against evil. You're looking at quite possibly the most legitimate, most law-abiding community that there is, right? Like that's why we have shit like pistol braces. That's why we have shit like, Form 1 can kits, so we can follow the
rules.
tyranny that's already in place, and yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, that's too simple for them, though. I mean, it really is that way. But I mean, it's if you outlaw guns, only outlaws will have that whole thing. I mean, I know there's so many weird cliche sayings and everything like that you hear out there, but the simple fact is, all the arguments that are pro 2A are very, very simple.
Yep.
They don't have to be complicated. All the arguments against the Second Amendment have to be complicated because, for one, they don't understand what in the hell they're talking about.
Yep.
So they're trying to come up with something, and they're trying to use words against us. So I mean, it's the whole assault rifle.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows the whole history behind that and everything, but that's something that they want to use to scare people that don't know anything about guns to being on their side. So it's them controlling the narrative, and unfortunately, they have a lot bigger voice across multiple platforms, and they just continue to lie and lie and lie. They can lie faster than we can tell the truth.
Yep.
Doesn't
It's
help
also
or shutting you down for believing something that they don't believe. You know what I'm saying? Like you have these platforms like YouTube and
It's like the
Twitter
meme,
and all that
the
stuff.
meme floating around now that's got like I can't remember what it is, but it's got like silencer, and it's got a picture of an actual can, and then it's like suppressor, it's got a picture of Mark Zuckerberg.
yeah, I saw that. That's awesome.
That's exactly what it is, man.
Yeah, because they don't like what we have to say, and as much as I don't want to say this, I mean, YouTube, Facebook, whatever the social media platform is, I mean, when you click that, I agree to terms and service, you're agreeing to play in their backyard.
Yeah.
And when they change their rules, as much as we don't like them suppressing it, we are still choosing to play in their backyard.
Yeah.
Until we have something that can really fight that, they're going to continue to be assholes.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is that everybody can be corrupted by money, right? And this has happened before to where a platform is, created, and it is a, free speech platform. And then they, start growing and building. And then all of a sudden someone is like, yo, I will give you X amount of $100 million for that platform. And then they're like, fuck my morals. Let's do this,
Yeah.
And this, but it backing up a little bit. One of the things that is kind of going against us, and we have allowed this to happen because we have allowed us, and I'm speaking in generality, so bear with me, but we have allowed us to be the guys in the basement, building our guns quietly, hiding our guns when we walk them out to the car, it is, if you're looking at like the social construct, it is 100% socially acceptable to run out and scream some leftist extremist shit, and everyone be like, "Oh, well, it's Tuesday, so no problem."
Yep. Exactly.
But if you run out with a plate carrier on for a jog, like you're getting pulled over. Like you can't do it. It is not socially acceptable, and this is by design, so they can identify us, so they can I don't know where our world is going, but yeah.
But there's a double standard there too, though. I mean, there are people that go out and they try to run with plate carriers and stuff on, but then there are people that go out and run with plate carriers and they call it CrossFit and they're perfectly fine with it.
Yeah, they're usually
honestly 511 sponsors CrossFit tournaments and CrossFit games and stuff like that, and people are literally going out for runs wearing a 511 plate carrier loaded up with weights.
Yeah, well, and it has become a little bit more normalized to where, like, in the past, like 5 to 7, maybe even 7 to 10 years, like building firearms has become a little bit more normalized. The taboo has been removed, but then you get the narrative that is injected into the social world of ghost guns, because ghosts are scary.
It's them controlling the narrative again. It boils right back to that.
Yep. Always, in all ways. Oh, snap. Gun Doctor TV says, "Good night, everyone. I really enjoyed this episode of Casting Couch." And he said,
That's
he said, "Mike, you better text me. I do not forget." I'm just kidding. He didn't say any of that. Well, and because of that, we have to do what's right. And we have to play the video.
That's right, Ron.
What do you say? He said,
That face. That face at the end. Look at how could you not like a face like that? You know? Such an incredible person.
The face only a mother could love.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Gun Doctor TV, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, and Gun Doctor, hit me up, man. Let's set up a time for you to come on, dude. Yeah, so putting on these events, subjecting large rural areas to massive amounts of machine gun fire, I think is important.
Oh, so yeah. But the funny thing is, I think there was only like what, you guys and who else was here with a lot of.
To the best of my knowledge, it was only us and IWI that had machine guns.
So
I can see that.
Like when we go to the creator events, like IB88 and the Gundys and stuff like that, where it's a lot more. Well, it's not open to the public at all. It's creator based, like
It's
influencer
controlled.
based. Yeah, basically. Yeah. It's really weird going from that to a public event because, like we were talking about today, when we go to these events, it's pretty much like a free for all. Like everybody kind of knows. Well, for the most part, that people know what they're doing with firearms, and so they're kind of like it's more open to the fact that you just walk up and grab a firearm, and be like, hey, I'm going to shoot this, and you go to the line, you shoot it, and you bring it back. Here, when it's a public event, they have to make sure basically that it's like they know what they got to do before they do it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to state a very probably unpopular opinion here. I mean, for one, I don't know what kind of vetting goes through being a public attendee at events like this.
I don't think
$40. $40 is the vetting.
40, that's
exactly right. Yeah.
But being from the vendor side of things, I see plenty of people that come up to my line that can handle firearms way better than a lot of content creators.
Really?
I'll agree.
Way better than a lot of content creators. But on the flip side, there are people that, let's put it this way, I've had to stop the line in the middle of the whole thing and remind people that there are 4 rules of firearm safety.
Yeah.
And I've had to remind people that these are machine guns. If your finger is in that trigger guard, it could go off, depending on how. So, I mean, and then you do have the people that, okay, they think something went weird and they immediately go, what happened? And they're turning it at the berm next to them.
Oh.
So, I mean, I had to stop the line a couple times and just give the entire line a refresher. I wasn't trying to call anybody out specifically and belittle in front of everybody, but it was like, okay, I've seen enough of this crap. We need to remind everybody this is a serious situation. This isn't just here to shoot machine guns. I'm happy you can, but fix your anal cranial inversion and let's get going.
It's a good teaching moment.
Yeah. I will say this, like you're absolutely right when it comes to like creators. I don't want to like mention any names.
No, go ahead. No one's gonna see this shit.
Well, just,
do I need to leave?
No. There's some people that literally don't even carry firearms on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And to me, if you're going to be somebody that, basically, I won't say teaches, but will, what is the word?
Influence.
Like,
influence
influence somebody to do something, or even, anything like that. And
if you're making money in any way, shape, or form, telling somebody to live this lifestyle,
and you're not about that lifestyle, like why? It's there's some people that don't do it at all.
Dude, it is the exact equivalent to, and I'm sorry if I cut someone off. There's a slight delay. I'll just be real quick. It's the exact equivalent to the YouTube content creator that does not carry a firearm. That is like, today check out floppy vagina holsters. Floppy vagina holsters is the number one. It's like, hold on, dude, you don't even carry a holster. How are you going to inform? And yes, hold on. This is for you. I am still carrying the floppy vagina. Oh, me so hot. Yeah, that vagina holster. And I upgraded to a secondary vagina magazine carrier.
Nice.
But this one is a little more black, sturdy.
Well, we'll talk about it here in a little bit.
Yeah, actually, I do want to holler at you guys about that on some other stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you're not carrying a holster on a daily basis, and like I don't want to hear your recommendation, just like to these dudes that don't shoot. Like I'm not gonna take. I heard floppy vagina. Yes, you did, Chuck Norris. Good to see you, brother. Hope you are well, and thank you for just stopping by and mentioning vagina. For like, there's some dudes that are like, flat range, like kings. Like they are like kings of the flat range. There's some dudes that are kings of the 1,000-yard range. There's some dudes that like, you just have to be mindful of who you're accepting advice from, or accepting that influence.
Most of the time, people don't know that. It's like we know it because we personally know them and have. Hey, what are you carrying? Oh, I usually don't carry anything like that. And then just stuff like that. And you're like, really? You don't carry anything on a daily basis?
Influencers are just propagandists. Yep, absolutely.
But now you can actually tell a lot about people by their videos. I mean, seriously, like by the way that they hold stuff, the way their mannerisms are when they're putting stuff together, the way they basically. I look at a lot of it the way people hold things, and I can tell straight up by the way you hold a pistol if you know what you're doing or not, by the way that you tuck a fucking AR into your shoulder or in your pec or whatever you're doing. I can tell by the way that it's easy to do. It's easy to tell.
Kind of like people are uncomfortable holding firearms.
Sure, yeah.
I see that a lot. As I'm like, they're not really comfortable holding that pistol, or they're not really comfortable, doing certain things.
I mean, I'm definitely not going to say any company specifically, but I saw a few companies today that had, in whatever shape or form, a rep there representing their product that I was seeing doing safety violations, and they had that uncomfortable look. And I'm just like, how in the hell are you here?
I'll be honest with you.
Touting a gun manufacturer.
Yeah.
That's how you're handling the gun.
Like you just flagged everyone.
Oh my God, yes.
I was shooting a Taurus. What was it? That
Raging
revolver?
Bull.
Yeah, the Taurus Raging Bull.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't shoot revolvers hardly ever. And I'm like, I can usually handle anything for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very uncomfortable holding a revolver because I'm like, I really don't know what to do with it.
We need to take a revolver class,
dude.
I
can shoot him and everything, and I can pretty much do what I need to do, but it's very uncomfortable.
That's why you gotta take class, man. Get yourself out of that uncomfortable situation and get yourself comfortable with it.
I mean, it's good. So, like, if you have to pick anything up or whatever,
Battlefield pickup. Yeah, because that's one of the funny things. Like, I remember, like, back in the day when I started getting into guns. Forgive me. My first carry guns were XDs.
So was Josh's.
I still okay. So the original XD, the HS2000, I dig it.
So I had XDs. I had an AR, happened to be a CMMG way before I worked for them, and had a Remington 870. So I'm like, I got the trifecta. I got my 9mm. I got my 223. I got 12 gauge. I'm good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, keep it simple. And then I started getting to the point where I just start finding obscure guns. I'm like, I need that. And then now my rationale is, man, if it's the end of the world, we'll insert your doomsday scenario here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I pick up a random ammo, I might have a gun that shoots it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that is true. Most likely it's going to be 5.56, 9mm, 45, 7.62 by 39.
Yeah.
You never know.
So, I mean, I guess this has possibly been asked when we go around the room here if we want. What's your zombie apocalypse gun?
Me, I have two. So one will definitely be
Not necessarily that you own, but what would your choice?
What would my choice?
Ooh, maybe let's do like a whole zombie apocalypse like loadout. Like, what's like your whole setup? You know,
Okay.
long gun,
Go for it.
handgun.
I mean, I know mine's going to sound like a cop out, but my long gun is going to be a 223 or 5.56 AR-15. My carry gun is going to be a variant of a Glock 9mm. My primary reason for those is, let's face it, there's going to be parts for those freaking everywhere. And they're very easy to change those parts in and out.
Yeah.
So you don't have to, I mean, I love AKs. I mean, I work for an AR manufacturer. I love AKs. You know, I'm a bit of an AK snob. I have some really good quality AKs.
Yeah.
But you know what? I can't just pick up a bolt from an AK and have it work in another AK.
Yep.
You know, there's so many different varieties there.
I didn't know you were.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, when it comes to, I mean, I'm going to be looking at some variants of the 223 5.56 AR. I'm going to be looking at, you know, probably a Glock 19 or a Glock 26, just for the fact that no matter what 9mm Glock mag I pick up, it's going to work in it.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, whether it's a 19 or 17 or actually Heath says, hold on, fast zombies or slow zombies?
That's the right question. It's like, are we talking 28 days later, or you know, are we talking Dawn of the Dead?
World War Z or
Oh no! See, World War Z zombies are not even fair.
dude,
They can form walls.
Yeah.
That shit
Give me cancer as quickly as possible if we are in World War Z.
I know, right? It's like they're not going to attack you at that point. It's like, okay, yay, COVID. Oh, sorry. Hang on. I'm sorry. I can't say that, can I?
Hey, you can say whatever you want. We're well past that point.
That's a very good point.
Yeah. You know, but it's so that's going to be those are going to be my primary go-tos. I used to joke all the time, like, okay, if I was Rick from, you know, Walking Dead, and I was the leader of my band of ragtag, you know, survivors, and I was trying to bring you in, I would probably have a table of guns, and I would judge you based on what you chose.
Oh,
and if you picked up a Desert Eagle 50, I would probably use it on you immediately.
Yeah.
Just because we're talking the least practical gun there.
How the hell does he carry a Python and find ammo for it?
Man, and like, dude, how many shootouts have you been involved in? And you were just constantly reloading that shit. Like, bro, like, come on. Like, granted,
I got money on that's Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry.
He's going to reload his revolver before I even get a magazine out of the pouch.
I've seen, like, literally, like, I've tried to master revolver reloads. Now, moon clips, that's, you know, that's a little unfair, right? Like, that's
cheating is encouraged in a gunfight.
True, 100% true. I'm just salty because I don't have any wheel gun that's cut for moon clips. But I do. So I used to carry a 5-shot 38 special because back then it was like you could carry a 5-shot 38 special or a, you know, Keltec P3AT or a Ruger LCP or, you know, some type of garbage.
I'm listening to you going, I know how long you've been carrying.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like it's funny. I'm actually coming up on about 15 years, and I've only had to draw my gun 2 times. And obviously, that's kind of a joke because, like, you know, that's not a good thing. They were both situations that I put myself in foolishly, which I've learned from those. But I'm taking away from our zombie loadout. We can talk about that after. So. Zombie loadout. So yours is 223 5.56 long gun, and a double stack 9mm Glock of some sort, 19 or 26 or something. Any specific 5.56?
I think you have to say.
I mean,
I was gonna say.
I should probably say CMMG.
Yeah. CMMG. Yeah, a Banshee.
I mean, let's face it. I mean, my first AR before I ever worked for the company was a CMMG. So.
I mean, that's an interesting story. So I mean, that's
Dude.
But I'll tell you. I mean, I love my Franken guns too. Like my SHTF gun is a CMMG upper and lower, CMMG called Hammer Forged Barrel, lower parts kit. But I have some nickel bore and bolt carrier group, and otherwise it's all BCM furniture. So just to mess with people, because enunciating letters like CMMG It's a little trickier than you would think. I mean, people struggle on it a lot.
I
So,
pretty much just say
Yeah.
CMG.
so just to mess with people,
CMG.
because I have so much BCM furniture, I call it my BCMMG.
Nice. And that's,
Yeah.
I'd say most of my like Franken guns are riddled with CMMG parts because just from the past of like takeoffs and like, changing shit from like taking stuff off my LWRC and BCM and Daniel Defense and then taking that stuff and throwing it back. Because I used to buy CMMG parts kits back when I literally needed the color coded bags. Like,
We still do the color coded bags.
Yep. I love it.
It was funny because the other day I was completely redoing my home office, trying to get a little bit better podcast area for me too. And going through my drawers, I found a Hyperfire Eclipse trigger and a buffer tube. I'm like, need to build a new gun.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, check out the Mic'd Up podcast from CMMG. They got their website on there, or their YouTube out there also.
Yeah, we're also
Nice.
on Firearms Radio Network. We've had these guys on, so.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Is that MIKED or
MIKE apostrophe D.
Nice. Okay, cool. Detective John Kimball says, recently got a side cart rig for the 17, and I'm not a big fan of it sitting down, very uncomfortable. So, Kimball, I've learned the same thing. I actually have a rig right here that a viewer made for me. Shout out to the sickest Nick on Instagram. Let me go full screen here. So he made a glowy blue to match the blue Kimlight logo there. He made a glowy blue basket weave rig, and what I've learned. So this is for a 19 and a double stack Glock style magazine, but honestly, you could put a 26, you can put a 19, a 17. If I wanted to Dremel that and put a 34 in it, like whatever you wanted, you can also use a P80 in all three sizes because this genius mofo left the trigger guard portion cut open so I could use it for P80s or Glockas. So kudos on that. But the reason why most like side cart rigs like this are uncomfortable is because the clips, the clips are too low. So it holds your gun too high. So the lower, obviously, we've talked about holsters in the past. The lower it sits, especially if you're a bigger dude, like you can't. I'm not going to have this. Like I don't have the posture of Randall over here. Right? Like he's always sitting with Josh and what Jimmy? Okay. Every time I see Josh and Josh, Josh is kind of like just chilling. And the other Josh is like, like I don't know how you do it. I commend you.
Oh no, if you can see him from the side, he's got a little bit of a curve to the spine here, so he's slouching a little bit.
Okay, maybe it's just the angle. It's the angle.
He's leaning forward. He's sitting forward on the edge of the seat compared to us. So.
I'm back here in my room.
But the how low it sits is so important because like I'm not going to be sitting up with this like like parallel to my like washboard abs, right? So because I don't have them, but the when it goes lower and it sits down with you and you can still sneak in there and grab it and draw like if needed, it's a great setup. So what I would advise, what's up, Tactical Pineapple? What's up, brother? Holy it's Randall and Josh. Bunny shirt. So the bunny shirt is from Putang. Man, Putang's had a rough go with YouTube, man. He's been hit several times. He was caught up in all the MSNBC BS, and huge shout out to him, man, because he's done so much for the community, so much for the building community. And I would highly encourage you guys to go to Putang Does America. It's his backup channel that he's trying to focus on building up. Let's show him some love. So Putang Does America. And my apologies, I constantly interrupt you guys. I just want to end my speech on this. What you should do is look at getting different hardware and elevate the hardware, right? Like move it up a little bit, not a crazy amount. There's a couple things I probably have laying around that I could show you as an example, but the higher they are, the lower your gun sits, and it will be a little bit more comfortable. Or you could just purchase another holster. Yeah. So should we go to holster thoughts, or should we go to the zombie apocalypse loadout kit?
I think we should hold off on holster talk for now.
Okay, cool. Let's do the Yambi Zapocalypse.
Yeah.
So Josh, what's your loadout?
To me, I specifically love my POF Minuteman rifle. And
Nice.
we are not sponsored by POF Minuteman. We're not sponsored by POF or anything like that.
I'm not saying we don't want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're open to conversation.
Definitely take some rifles.
Yeah. But POF, man, with their E squared chambered, basically, it's like nothing's ever going to get stuck in it. And I know that's not completely 100%, but it's very possible that nothing could ever get stuck in it. And so that's why I bought it, just in case you have to use steel or brass or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good chance nothing's going to stick in it. But anyway, I have a 3 times magnifier on it, so I can see pretty good distance with it. That's what I'm going to use for my long gun. It's a 223, 556, whatever. And for my handgun, I would probably take the Glock 45, just because that is my number one handgun. That is just my most comfortable handgun that I'm great with. And and then I would take a 26 for a backup, just in case that goes down, or I run out of 17 round mags. 26 will take everything, like Mike was saying.
Yeah.
So that would be my go-to, I think, because ARs are everywhere, like he was saying. There's millions of them out there, millions of magazines out there. So why would you not take something where you have the possibility of not only fixing it, like he was talking about, but you have ammo everywhere.
And hopefully you don't come across like the one cadaver with like nothing but Korean Glock mags all over his body. Like, no!
Let's hope not. Let's hope they all work.
Yeah, right.
Or you come across the one that thought the airsoft was the answer.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Speaking of airsoft, we just released a Mark 47 airsoft full auto. So
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice.
So people that want the full auto Mark 47 can get the airsoft version of it.
There you go.
Yeah, train with that biatch. Yeah, I've seen some licensed stuff out there. You guys have done some licensed airsoft stuff before, right?
No, this is actually our first dive into getting like the licensed airsoft stuff. So.
Oh, nice. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of other companies that are not superior to you guys at all.
Well, we've had people do variants of ours before, and it was kind of like I think there's a few companies that will come to us and they'll say, "We're going to build this gun. Can we license it?" And we're like, "Yeah." No, and they're like, "Well, we're going to make it anyway."
Yeah, we'll just put Banshee. It's a Banshee.
Yeah, we're going to make it anyway. It's like, okay, well, let's pump the brakes. Can we have some input on it? Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. Come out in PLA, which is probably the coolest username in the world. If you guys don't know, PLA is the filament that you 3D print in. So come out in PLA is.
Do you 3D print?
Yeah.
I need to start getting into the better realm of 3D printing, but I finally upgraded my 3D printers, so I had a Creality. Now I've got a couple Prussias.
Damn, ballin'. Yeah, I just got
I'll tell you what,
it was
money well spent. Like my first print, I'm like, holy crap, this thing is okay. I see where the money went. Yeah.
Oh, bro, so check this out. So you guys see back there, right there. Jesus, it's too bright. Let me do the low setting.
It's washing out.
You see up there that YouTube play button? Hold on,
Yep.
let me go big. Okay. Now you guys know me, that YouTube play button is not from YouTube. That is actually 3D printed.
Nice.
And that thing is, well, first off, it's 3D printed by Mr. Snow, who is quite possibly one of the most skilled printers and skilled engineers that I've ever seen work. He's incredible. And not only is the actual YouTube play button 3D printed, that entire shadow box is 3D printed. He literally 3D printed a French cleat with recessed screw holes
Dang.
to put, like, the guy's like bananas. And it was done with a Prusa, and you can't even see the layer lines, man. It's nuts. I just got my first Ender 3, and I printed my second Firearm related print, and I actually have a functional lower now. So cool. Yeah. What's the
Now,
barrel length on that POF? I forgot to ask.
as far as like time and stuff, as far as printing goes, if paying for it, does it help as far as time, or does it just print better? Because some stuff takes like
I'll be honest. My Ender if I had the same file, depending on how I sliced it, it would probably print faster on the Ender, but the quality is way better on the Prusa.
Okay.
It could be a settings thing too. Like there's so much that you can manipulate within the settings that, like, it's a game changer. It's funny, as soon as I compliment Mr. Snow on being one of the best 3D printers that I know, Flying Rich says, DLD After Dark, that stuff I 3D printed for you, it went missing. I don't know what happened to it. It's like, dang it. And Rich, and Flying Rich is one of the best 3D printers, who he actually did 3D print a SCAR stock, right? So like all the components to put together a SCAR stock and a tail hook adapter with a 3D printed tail hook on a SCAR stock that attaches to a Picatinny rail. So you could throw it on a Scorpion, you could throw it on a MP5, like whatever, anything that has a Picatinny rail in the back.
That's cool.
Hell yeah. I didn't ask, my apologies. What barrel length is that POF?
It's 16.
16? Okay.
I think it's a 16.
I'm pretty sure it's a 16 because I'm pretty sure it's 16.
I think
Cool.
it's a mid rifle and it's 16. Yeah, it's a 16-inch mid length. So.
Hell yeah. All right, and Mr. Josh number 2, what would your setup be?
Oh my goodness, that's a
Randall.
toughie. Yeah, Randall.
Randall Josh.
I would probably go with, I know this is, it's not in the AR realm, but it does take AR mags. Here recently, I ended up getting a IWI Galil Ace Gen 2. Takes AR mags. That's the whole reason why I got it. Everybody's like, why didn't you get it in 7.62 by 39? I was like, well, because I've got like 9 million AR mags at home.
Yeah.
Not literally ATF. I'm just kidding. I only got 5. But
as long as all of them don't have like yard sale price stickers on them, I think you'll be all right. Well, even then, yeah. Sorry.
But I think I would pick the IWI Galil Ace Gen 2. It's just a smooth shooting rifle. Well, technically it's a pistol because it's a pistol variant.
You guys did a video on that, right?
I think we did a short on it.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
That's what it was, is a short, because I am remembering a brief moment of watching what looked to be you falling in love with that system.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm dead ass too. I joke a lot, but I'm dead ass serious. You can tell, like, when you are holding something, you're looking at something, you're just like, man, like, and it has this and this, and you're going through the features, like, I could tell you're really digging it.
So I would pick that, and I would probably pick either a 19 or a 17.
Thank you, Jesus. I thought you were going to say a 1911. Thank you, God.
No, definitely not a 1911.
Yeah.
Either a 19 or a 17, depending on,
How many mags you got?
Yeah, how many mags I got, I guess. What I got readily available.
It's tough because if you're thinking about 19, it can literally take 17 mags, or it can take anything below a 19.
Yeah.
It can only take 17.
And that's the thing is, like, literally, okay, so let's just say shit hits the fan and all I have is a 17 and I come across a bunch of 19 mags, I'm just going to chop part of the grip off.
Yeah.
Yep, you got it.
I'm going to make that shit work.
Yep. I've done crazier things. I've seen crazier things, and there is a lot you can. Let me say this differently. I have seen before in the past where people load up their 9mm Glock magazines with 380 and cycle through every single one.
If it works, if you're in a pinch,
Yep.
I'll
So it essentially turns your sidearm into a single shot firearm. And if you are in a pinch, and I'm not recommending this, I'm saying if your life absolutely depends on it, like if X, Y, and Z happens and you run to go get your shit and you open up your thing and it's a bunch of 380 ammo and a Glock 19 and you're like, if you load up 380 rounds in a Glock 19, 17, 26, whatever, 34, 17L, 19X, 45, whatever, any kind of Glock, 9mm, 43X, 48.
the same way with a Glock 20. You got a Glock 20 and all you got's 40 cal.
Yeah.
You can shoot it,
Yeah.
and it'll actually cycle.
It will cycle, whereas the 380 will be like bang, rack, bang, rack. And if you shoot it suppressed, it's very quiet.
Never thought about that.
Yeah, never thought of it either.
So I got a suppressed Glock 42 when Lone Wolf made some prototype threaded barrels. Now there's an inherent issue with it with the profile of the barrel. It doesn't have a shoulder, so the threads are like the whole thing. It doesn't stop the can from over tightening. So yeah, it's not like exactly combat rated, right? It's for plinking, but man, running rounds through that 380 with, man, it is so stupid quiet, man. It is just as quiet as a suppressed 22.
So now the Austrian government actually had a 19 size and a 17 size 380.
Mhm.
Yep, that's correct. I think it was
Can't get them imported, but
why?
Yeah.
Then? Like, what is?
Yeah, they had a 26 size 380 also.
they did. Yep. So I think those were and you guys in chat correct me because I know you got Uncle Google on
I
speed
used to be
dial.
able to tell you the numbers on them, but I can't anymore.
I think it's 38, 39, and 37, or maybe that's the 45 GAP, but whatever it is, it's stupid. The reason that they did that was because in most other countries, they're not allowed to have military cartridges. So they can't have 9mm, 40, 45, 5.56, or whatever. So they made the same exact models like the 26, 19, and 17 in a 380 cartridge.
9mm Kerrs.
Yep. 9mm Kurtz, which means
It's
9mm
funny you
short.
said GAP. Springfield XD early on had a 45 GAP.
Really?
Yep. It was very short lived, and I remember actually seeing an ad at one point. I'm talking probably around 2007, 2008. I remember seeing an ad in a magazine that actually, when they released the 45 ACP, the ad actually was like, sorry about that whole 45 GAP thing. That was a joke that got out of hand. That's
Wow.
how their ads.
That's hilarious.
Wow. Yeah, honestly, for a minute, I was like, dude, this is starting to take off. And then it died, and I was like, thank God. Like, you know what, guys? I got an idea. Let's take 45 ACP, make it smaller, slower, and stupider. All right, let's do it. Like,
Done deal.
So a guy gave me some Gap ammo here recently, and I was just like, when he was like, hey man, I got some ammo. You want it? I was like, free ammo? Hell yeah. Like, why would I not want it? That's what he gave me, and I was just like, are you serious?
You can take that back.
Yeah, you can take it.
damn. Yeah,
I took it because I was like, well, you never know.
Yeah.
I may find that guy one day that's like, hey, you know anybody that's got any? Yeah, actually I do, and I'll trade you for some 9mm.
Yep. Bayou Kukwe says, you need a piston that indexes off of the muzzle. Pistons for Beretta 92 series guns also usually do this. So one of them may work for you, DLD After Dark. You're correct. The piston is commonly referred to as the LID, which is an acronym. It stands for Linear Inertial Decoupler, or aka the Nielsen device, or aka the booster, or what people commonly refer to it as the piston. What it is a spring system that compensates for the Browning style shit. So it does have that. It's just that the
Browning stuff.
there's no material on the barrel. So like imagine threading a suppressor onto a pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just there's nothing that stops it, right? Imagine threading it onto John Wick's pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about the thing that's graphite and wood, though, right?
Yep.
Not
that too.
John Wick's other pencil.
Yeah, not his other pencil. That's
His skin pistol.
depending on where we are in the zombie apocalypse. I may be willing to do some pencil work for the right. If he's got a Pelican case full of that much gold and those VP9s, and that, hey, you know what? Whatever you gotta do, take one for the team.
He might have.
Yeah, if he's got some combat masters just laying around.
Yeah, right.
John.
I love in the Punisher movie, right? They're like in the boathouse, and he's like, still got the old Colts, huh? He's got like $8,000 Colts with compensators on them in a glass shadow box just sitting there. Like, bro, no one is like your security in that boathouse was a block of wood on a nail. Like, come on, dude. No one's gonna do that shit. Sorry. For
Nobody.
I'm sorry. Did you have a backup gun, an initial firearm, or initial
So
extra?
I'll throw in something kind of crazy here. I won't even throw in a backup. I'll throw in something because let's talk about zombie apocalypse here. We're gonna say that food and water and most things like that are already depleted from your local Walmart or your grocery store or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna have like a Ruger 1022 takedown.
Yes.
Something like that I can,
It's funny. I was actually sitting there thinking.
fend for myself.
Ruger 1022 is in my list too.
Yeah.
So that's going to be my backup.
You know what?
A brick of ammo doesn't weigh that much.
Yep.
That's something that I can carry. And that 1022 is stupid freaking light.
That gives you, 550 rounds or whatever the bricks are, which is insane. That you can carry that in a little box that big.
This, you got 550 squirrel dinners.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude, I would literally rip the camelback off of my plate carrier.
We get a possum on the way over here. That could be okay.
Yeah. But if you've ever watched, you said 550 squirrel dinners. If you've ever watched Josh shoot, he probably has like 25
squirrel.
out of that brick
I
of
was
ammo.
talking about my 1022.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's funny.
I
Like,
have a 1022. I have a 1981 1022, but I completely decked it out with like full quarts and springs and everything, Magpul stock, Vortex scope, and ballistic advantage barrel.
Nice.
So like literally the only thing that's stock in it is the receiver and the bolt.
We had a 1022 a while back. Well, Josh still has it.
Yeah, so
It's a elevated silence can that is a integrated barrel.
Oh,
nice.
Dude,
My boy's got one of those.
that's one of the first two cans we ever got from.
I love shooting with 22 suppressed. The disadvantage of shooting 22 suppressed is you really have to make sure those things stay clean.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have a brick on the end of your gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dirty as hell. That I will say though, a lot of the integrated suppressor barrel combos, especially for the takedowns, it's cool as shit. Like Gym Tech made one back in the day. It's one my buddies got.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, they took a note from the MP5 SDQ for all you Chronicon fans out there. They took a note from the MP5 SD, excuse me, and they ported the barrel all the way through it. So obviously it aids in some sound suppression because it's a monocore baffle stack through a barrel with a the whatever.
Yeah.
We know what you mean.
The stuff that you press onto it. The Jiminy Crickets. The freaking the tube. Sorry, I'm trying to stop saying Jesus Christ. So that's why I'm saying Jiminy Crickets. It sounds really stupid, but bear with me. Anyway, so it's ported. So even if you're running supersonic ammo, it's still subsonic, and it keeps it around 1,000 or so feet per second, and it's it runs pretty clean. So most of the gas ends up in this massive can as opposed to back in your action. So it runs pretty clean.
That's one thing you had mentioned. You were talking about the MP5.
Mm-hmm.
So that is, I guess that's just me. I wish more kits would actually come in the United States.
Yeah.
That's something that you don't hardly see. And if you do find them on Gunbroker, people are like, "Oh, I want $7,000 for this kit." And I'm like, "Oh yeah,
dude, it's nuts, man." And like I get it. Like they're great guns. They're incredible. Like they're awesome. Like the just nostalgia of having like an MP5. Like it's that like Die Hard, that freaking like it's great. But at the same time, it's like these companies are like, you know what? I'm going to do the world a favor. I'm going to come in and I'm going to, create this clone for Dark. And Dark, it is only going to cost you $1,800 fucking dollars. It's like, what the fuck? Dude, for, $700, I got the Scorpion. Then I threw a binary trigger in it. And I threw a whole bunch of shit on it. I threw it's got the tail hook brace on the stock arm and a red dot, and I'm still at less than I would have spent for a bone stock PTR or clone, which they're great. They're great. I won't take away
I'll be
from
honest with you. In my personal opinion, one of the only CMMG products that I actually own and that I bought myself, they did not give me, is the 9mm Banshee with Glock mags. And I think my barrel is like a 4-inch barrel. I think it's 5-inch barrel. Okay, it's very short, and I would rather have that, in my personal opinion, over an MP5 or the Scorpion or anything like that. Because first of all, and we're talking shit fan situations. Guess what it takes? Glock mags. All of my Glock mags. Doesn't matter what size they are. Well, as long as they're double stack 9mm, which is all I have. So, but. Yeah. That's the reason why I would rather have one of those versus anything else, and that's just me.
Yeah. Not only that, it being radar delayed blowback, we ran it suppressed probably fall last year.
Yeah.
It's stupid quiet.
Yeah.
Not only that, we knew a buddy of ours who had a registered lightning link, so we put that in there, and. Or no, registered Swift link. Excuse me. Sorry.
Swift link, nice.
And that thing ran pretty good, pretty quick, pretty quick.
Yeah. Oh shucks.
You would think that it'd be
can't beat it.
Hell yeah. You would think it would be completely legal.
The fact that you just referenced Carnicon did not go unnoticed by me.
So that's actually who we started this channel with. We started this channel with Dugan Ashley and another dude named Light. And just after, 5-6 months of doing it together, we just kind of all went our separate ways. And I just continued streaming. Like I just didn't stop. So, yeah. And there's
a little bit of a connection with us in Carnicon.
Yep. I'm aware, actually. We chat offline. That's it's interesting how worlds collide.
Isn't it though? I think my favorite. I mean, he had so many great videos. Obviously, AKA versus AR is probably my favorite. But the fact that he was at SHOT Show when the only
with arm braces
B15. And he literally went, because that's when they were saying the whole, you can't shoulder the brace, all those opinion letter bullshit that was just rolling around. they just come out with saying you can't shoulder the brace. He literally goes to the ATF booth at SHOT Show with SB15 braces taped to his shoulders. It just walks through the booth. Just like, oh, I love him.
Yeah.
Dude, he's awesome. So normally I wouldn't flex in public on stream, but everybody here, already knows it, so it's whatever. The Ameriflage video
Mm-hmm.
with where like he was all in American flag camouflage, right?
Yeah.
There was a shotgun that he used that they rattle canned red, white, and blue. I actually currently have that shotgun in my collection right now.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
That is like my and I know it's like it's like silly. It's like a JC Higgins from like the 50s, right? Like it doesn't even have a serial number on it. Like you should have seen my FFL. Like it was great. But man, like even though it would mean absolutely nothing, like it'd be like a $200 shotgun, maybe if to someone else, knowing that was like oh man, it's incredible. So yeah, I'm keeping that one forever. He actually came back on our show because he's had a tough time. He came back on the show a month ago, because his MS. It's a long story, but check it out, man. He's doing much better, but he had a really, really tough time. He almost died. He was taking medication that was killing him. And
I know.
Yeah, it's been crazy, but he's doing much better now. So
that's good to hear.
Now for my world without rule of law selection, I'm gonna go somewhere a little bit different. Okay, now I know this is not going to be a popular selection, but the first thing that comes to mind is what's going to be available, and AR-15 and a double stack Glock 9mm. I'm just kidding. It would absolutely be popular, and no one would be mad at that. However, I will add one other thing. What's that? I'm laughing because you probably said something very funny that I'll see later. So I like to, if you know you're going into like a bad situation, right, and you can actually prepare for it, like God, that couldn't be a better situation. Going into a terrible situation is like, which plate carrier should I throw on? Which rifle should, like, as if we would have that pleasure, or that blessing, or whatever the time. The thing that I would add, and I would recommend that I don't recommend things, and that others may want to also consider, is what some people call it a backup gun. I like to call it a chin gun, because when you go black on ammo and all you have is like a Kel-Tec P3AT and your little pocket on your war belt or something, it's like I'm putting 6 rounds of the zombies and then just eating that final 380 ACP, just because
just in case.
Yeah, because I don't want to be eaten. Like, dude, the worst way. Like, imagine, like, we see it all the time. We're desensitized to it, right? But like, imagine like, like, that'd be fucking terrible. It would not be pleasant.
No. I guess I didn't think about that.
That would be terrible. It'd probably be a bad day for you, I would say.
PF9 Chinny. Yep, there you go. PF9 is an excellent choice. Gerchop, I'm so sorry to hear that you have the coof. I hope you get better. Sorry. My boy Gerchop has the coof. He's not doing well. If all 3 of you could individually and personally wish Gerchop healing, that would be great.
Hey man, get better. I had COVID 2 weeks ago. That was terrible.
Dang, you got through it in 2 weeks? You gotta actually.
Yeah, it's been a little bit more than 2 weeks.
It's been a little more than 2 weeks, but I had it when we came back from the Gundies, and I had it for about 4 or 5 days, and then it was just kind of like what was left over, the residual, I guess. Yeah.
Dude, it's so it depends, right? It's different for everybody, but when I got hit with it, I I was in bed for about 21 days.
Oh, see,
It
It
mine was
killed me.
bad, yeah.
So I got pneumonia too with it, and
I had
I'm literally losing hair. I'm losing hair from the fever for about 2 or so weeks. I had a fever of like 103 to 104, and didn't eat. Didn't. The only thing I ate was Advil and Tylenol, and the doctor was like, "Yeah, you're losing hair because of COVID." I was like, "What?" That was in December. He said, "Yeah, it's normal. We see it a lot."
wow.
It's like, damn, when the United States makes something mated with the HIV virus and weaponizes it, it can be pretty effective.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't-
sorry.
I don't know about all that, but I didn't know that. But yeah, it was basically I had it in December of 2020, the first time, and that time it was terrible. Like that time, I was out for a while, probably at least 2 or 3 weeks, and I felt like shit the entire time.
Damn.
This time it was pretty much just like a head cold. Like it didn't really affect me hardly at all. But, I mean, I was kind of tired or whatever, and I felt like what I had was allergies and like a
Yeah.
sinus congestion thing. And they said I had early onset pneumonia too, so they gave me antibiotics for that. But yeah, and
Dude, that made a huge difference, because you never know, like, in a world where you're virtually seeing doctors and they're like, oh yeah, you probably got the coof, here's some stuff, and we can't give you anything. So they ended up giving me I actually had to beg them for antibiotics, and I ended up getting through it.
the first time I took it, I had ivermectin.
What's that?
The first time I took it, they prescribed me ivermectin.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're in an area that like where people believe in like freedom and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah, I'm a couple hours from DC, where
Oh,
the buildings were literally draped with BLM flags. The entire, like, skyscrapers. Yeah, that was cool. That was a great time, guys. Moving on. So what do you guys have going on? What kind of projects are you doing? And Mike, when can I get a 1.5-inch 9mm Banshee that takes Glock bags?
1.5-inch barrel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh no! Well, what you ought to do is just do the 1.5-inch 22, which is basically a 22 conversion kit with no barrel, because it's got the chain sticking out the end of it.
And do they just like just fly like?
Yes, I mean it's not that you should, but you could.
It's for like pinpoint accuracy, right? Like
Yeah.
long range days, windy long range days. No, I mean, all joking aside, the Banshee is one. So the 19X was one of my like guns that was like, one day I'm gonna put one of those together, and I ended up putting one together. But I wanted a factory one, but didn't want to just buy one. I'm just I don't know, I'm weird like that. But I was like fascinated by the firearm, the aesthetics, the way it looked. Obviously, it functions like a champ, and the Banshee is one of those guns for me. It's like, man, the Mutant, one of the Banshees, like a 9mm, or the Mutant is one of those too. It's like that, like burnt bronze or the gray, dude, man.
Y'all have new colors now, though, right?
Yeah. So we changed a lot for 2022. We have all new handguards, furniture, some varying barrel lengths, kind of streamlined the model lineups a little bit, but we got rid of some colors, added some new ones. But so
do you have any blue?
What's that?
Do you have any blue?
We had the slate before, but we got rid of that. Some of the reasons we got rid of some of the colors, honestly, was, I mean, when you look at the entire manufacturing process, and there are certain colors that are a lot more time consuming to paint than others, more difficult to paint and stuff too. So then you start doing like a cost analysis, like, okay, these colors are not, as profitable because, what are the situation? It doesn't paint as well, or we might have to redo some, or it just might require more Cerakote to get the right coating and stuff. So we did a little bit of a cost analysis, and we just, at one point we're just like, you know what, let's just mix it up. you know. So
Yeah.
if you had a previous color that's been discontinued, you now have more of an exclusive item. So now we've just kind of mixed it up. But if you like the gray, it's not direct from us, but we do have dealer exclusive color now, which is tungsten. Oh, I love
Nice.
that. Is awesome. And then we also have the new charcoal green. I call it Boba Fett green.
That's dope.
And I tell you, no matter what picture you see of it, it doesn't do it any justice. You have to see it
in person. Let me just say one thing really quickly. Oh, well, so Joe Morris says, so he's a big fan.
Thank
I
you.
know he has at least one Banshee. Says CMMG is the best bang for your buck for a factory gun. I totally agree. CMMG fucks hard. Yes, it does. I appreciate you sitting here saying, yeah, we did these colors, but we did a cost analysis. We actually reviewed our company's numbers and made a decision to make more money and make manufacturing easier. Do you know how many other companies would have lied and would have told all of their reps lies? And everyone would have been running around saying like, well, you know, there's MSG and the olive drab green or whatever the hell kind of lie they bring up, right? Like, so thank you for your authenticity.
You know, I mean, that's a lot of it. I mean, we're trying to figure out the best way to streamline things as best we can. We're in the process of a 32,000 square foot factory expansion because, I mean, so the more and more stuff we can bring in house and get more on hand control of, the better. And hopefully that also comes to a better, you know, cost analysis too, because obviously where we currently were, we couldn't do everything in house. I mean, but we are happy to say that like everything that we have that isn't done in house is at least made in the USA by our specs.
Nice.
And we tried to use companies that are somewhat close to us, like, you know, spring manufacturers in adjoining states and things of that sort. But, you know, hopefully with our new expansion, we're actually, you know, I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying this or not, but like hopefully we'll actually be bringing like full-blown barrel production and stuff like that. Like we're already doing, you know, small parts like takedown pins, firing pins. We've got up to doing bolt carriers and stuff like that in-house.
Guys, you heard it here first. CMMG is now committing 100%. I'm just kidding.
So, I mean, we're trying to get more and more stuff in-house. And with this new expansion, we're going to be able to move the production side of things, like as far as the assembly goes, and basically take our existing factory and basically make it all machine shop.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, dude. Cool. Well, I know, you know, I've had you guys for almost 2 hours here and you're in someone else's hotel room, so I'm sure that's not awkward.
Yeah, which makes me curious. Earlier when there was the whole thing of like me being in the bathroom and everything, did the screen say BDG&G and Mike at that point?
Probably yes. Your cover was blown.
Yeah, so I'm like, people that were following early were like, well, they must be in Mike's hotel room.
Yeah, right. Like
Wait, who the fuck's Mike?
Right.
You know, I would like to say like they don't pay attention. Oh my God, they pay attention.
People pay attention
everything.
to the weirdest things and don't pay attention to the most obvious things.
Bro, it's hiding in plain sight, man. It's that is the way.
That has been our factory motto. Our factory has been hidden in plain sight since inception. And this year's our 20th anniversary, so that's why we have a lot of stuff going this year.
Oh, no
We're
shit,
in the process of building we've got a 32-acre plot of land we just bought, and we have 100-foot wide shooting line, concreted, sheltered, center overwatch tower, 50-yard and 275-yard lanes.
And hopefully, sometime in the near future, we can have a CMMG range day.
Ooh.
We're going toward that. So that's one of the things. I mean, again, I don't know how much of this I'm supposed to say, but like we didn't do SHOT Show. We have not done a big trade show since SHOT Show 2020. So SHOT Show 2020, right after that, COVID hit, everything went stupid. We didn't do NRA. Obviously, SHOT Show 2021 was canceled. NRA got pushed back. We canceled that. We dropped out of SHOT Show this year. We stopped doing trade shows because I love going to trade shows. That's not why we stopped doing them. But I love going to trade shows. I love the camaraderie. I love talking to the people. I love talking about our product. But if you want to talk about something that where you're really looking at cost analysis, trade shows are ignorantly expensive.
Oh my God,
And
yeah, they're
if
ungodly
we
expensive.
could take that money and reinvest it into plant expansion and a way to bring people to us, that way we get a more hands-on approach at that point. You know, it's more personal, it's more intimate. When I don't have to buy for your attention along with thousands of other vendors.
Yeah,
You're
it's
here to
crazy.
speak to me about my product, and I have your undivided attention.
I mean, honestly, I commend you guys for not just kind of falling in line like everyone else and doing, well, like most, and doing trade shows. And, I run a few businesses in my life, and I've had the pleasure of running a few businesses in my life. And, I believe that, like, without giving out too much information, like what you do, like the activities that you do that create organic business and create reputation through others, and like the word gets spread like that, that's how successful businesses are built. The ones that are like, buying ads on, like, whatever, like the cheap, sleazy marketing, like it's horseshit. And a lot of times trade shows are a huge pain in the ass to prepare for, one, also to fund. Then you have the additional funding of not only the table, the cost of all the swag, the cost of all the just everything, the cost of getting everybody out there and making
A lot
them
of people
live
don't
there
realize that too. I mean, you figure you're gone there for an entire week.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the footprint of the floor. So you have X amount of dollars per square foot of your footprint.
Yeah.
You have the structure. You have your employee salary. You have hotels, lodging, food. All that stuff. I mean, we take 20 people to SHOT Show for a week. I mean, just think about that.
Yeah.
So I mean, that in and of itself that's a pretty healthy chunk.
Yeah,
So I
absolutely.
mean, we take that stuff now and we go do events like Palmetto State. We do the gathering. We're trying to get into a lot, more intimate, smaller events around the country.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's the way to do it, man.
Speaking of that, if you're here in Clinton, South Carolina, or close to it, come tomorrow and you can hang out with him and shoot all the shit that they have.
Come early though, because we're low on ammo.
It's $40, so like, why would you not do that?
Yeah,
dude, I would totally. It would take me about 12 to 14 hours to drive out there. If I get started now, I could be there in a
plane.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the whole.
Well, obviously we're looking at trying to do things back home in Missouri, but like I said, we're also still trying to do things around the country too. So I think I don't know if we're going to make it work, but I know I keep talking to John Patton about.
Okay, hold on a second.
Would love to come to an event like that. There's just not that many events up there.
Okay, so this is crazy. So the moment that you started to talk, the mic did like this weird, crazy thing. I don't know if you guys in chat could hear him, but I lost all audio for a second. I'm so sorry. Could you repeat what you said?
Ideally, I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we've talked with John Patton of Gun Collective a little bit, and we're hoping that maybe we'll get something going in the Pennsylvania area, where maybe I go up there, because there are a lot of great gun lovers in the Northeast.
Oh, yeah.
To my knowledge, there are no big events that can bring people out up there, like a gathering or like, I mean, name this full auto shoot or whatever. We don't hear many up there, but I know there are plenty of people that would attend if we could get one organized.
Yeah, hell yeah. If you want to
get
connected,
closer for you to come attend.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah. I'm in Virginia, so for sure. And Jordan Vinro of JSD Supply is in Pennsylvania, and he's deeply ingrained in the fight out there, the peaceful fight for our God-given rights.
We played with his binary trigger today, and it was pretty awesome.
Oh God, man! So there were only two working models at the time, and I hit him up. This is when the ATF was pending approval for 2.5 years, something like that. And I was like, Jordan, bro, when can you send me a binary Glock trigger? He was like, I literally have the only one that is not sitting at 244 Needy Road in Martinsburg, West Virginia. And I was like, dang. But yeah, dude, I want one so bad. And they're like $200.
Yeah, they're drop-in triggers, and we played with them today, and they were freaking sweet. Like, seriously,
Yeah.
like, I mean, once you get it on target, and probably the first initial, like, oh, this is binary. You kind of, once you get over that, and you actually dial it in, you can actually pop, 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 like get it on target like super quick. It's actually really nice. I like it.
Get that good like cadence going with it.
It's awesome.
Hell yeah. Well, I know I've had you guys for 2 hours now, and I want to respect your time. Let's go ahead. First off, Mike, I would love to get you on the show, like, on a one-on-one, kind of talk more about the products and, whatnot. If you
I would love to.
Cool. Awesome. And so we'll go around the room. Any closing thoughts? Let everyone know who you are, where they can find you, and then we'll wrap it on up.
Can we go?
Randall?
Yeah, Randall.
Smoke meth, shoot guns, and fuck the government.
Yep. And not necessarily in that order, whichever order you choose,
Yeah.
So we're Black Diamond Guns of Gear. You can check us out on YouTube.
Yeah.
We got 76 Tuesday podcast. Always got 76tuesday.com where you can find all our stuff. Going to have new stuff coming soon and stuff like that. So there's really not much to say about it right now. But go check out 76tuesday.com while you still can. And the podcast and all that stuff. And YouTube. And that's where you can find us. Instagram too. So.
Yeah, damn it. I just realized, and I do this often, my apologies. I just realized that I was like, yeah, tell me about your new projects. And I just like totally so sorry about that. My apologies. Yeah.
You're good.
Mike.
So Mike with CMMG. So you can find us pretty much anywhere, CMMG, on YouTube, all the socials. I do have a small podcast I'm starting to try and get going for them. It's Mic'd Up, MIKED Up, the CMMG podcast. It is on the Firearms Radio Network along with the podcast that these guys have.
I always forget to tell people we're on the Firearms Radio Network.
So that's going to be most of that. I have a small personal channel. I had a little fun with this. Somebody on YouTube comments one day, I just got a little irritated at things and like, oh, this happens and you just parade the bearded buffoon out in front of us and then he says this and that. So I have changed my name on all of my socials to the bearded buffoon. So I've kind of started things up there. I have a little channel with only a couple videos, and honestly, right now most of it is about disc golf because that is a strange new hobby I found in the last year that I really like. And I go out and I play disc golf with 22 Plinkster all the time. So yes, I'm name dropping, but it's so much fun.
Hold on, disc golf?
Yes, frisbee golf.
Frisbee golf.
You look completely dumbfounded.
Yeah, you want to elaborate on that at all?
You take a frisbee and try to throw it into a basket. It's imagine golf, but with a frisbee, and instead of a hole, it's a basket. And you literally have like par 3s, par 4s, par 5s at different distances. What? You have to like hook them around trees and all that fun stuff. So
this is something that you do as a human in person in the outdoors.
Yes.
Oh, is there an app?
It's an attempt to be outside and be a little bit more active at times.
Interesting. Is there an app that we can download to do this? I'm just kidding. Oh my god. Oh, that's great.
I also want to tell people that we also have other channels too that people don't know about. First of all,
man.
This one, 76 Tuesday podcast channel, please go and subscribe to that because we don't have that many subscribers on there, and we'd like to get to where we can actually start doing stuff with it. I think we only got like 170, which we're thankful for all of them. But if we could get nearly as, a tenth of what is on our YouTube channel to come to our podcast channel, that'd be great. And we have Josh Vlogging, which is our vlog channel where we just kind of put up stupid videos of whatever we're doing. So we'll have actually behind the scenes stuff on that channel of this event and stuff like that. So
you'll see cookies.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys had some baller ass cookies. Like I was thoroughly impressed.
I think I still have some intact. If anybody's never heard of crumble cookies,
Dark is a Fed confirmed because I don't know about frisbee golf.
these
Damn.
things, those are Lucky Charms.
What are
Yes.
they magically delicious?
I mean, and look at them compared to the size of my hand. These things are huge. They are like the thickest cookies you're gonna see too. They weigh, I don't know, half a pound.
Yeah. That's like
Dang.
the best dessert I've ever had in my entire life is that Lucky Charms cookie.
What? Okay. Dude, if you can overnight one, I'll literally send you $20 to overnight it and the money for the cookie.
Dude, it's
I'll
amazing.
do that. And I'll publish my address.
What I will.
So
Oh,
apparently they're a bigger chain than I knew of. I saw them for the first time here in Simpsonville, and I was talking to my girlfriend about them last night. And apparently there's one like 20 minutes from our house.
Oh
So
shit, that's awful.
so you might look. It's like Crumble, CRUMBL cookies. There might be
Nice.
one closer than you expect.
Hell yeah. Maybe one out in South Carolina I should go visit soon. Like tonight. No, I'm kidding. But guys, thank you so much for coming out. I know tonight I ran my mouth a lot, but I just love talking with you guys. But I want to take a second just based, on what Josh had said. It's so important. Actually, it's so important. Let me do this. Guys, you have to understand that Black Diamond Guns and Gear has a remarkable channel with an incredible following, and they have excellent content. I mean, these guys are putting so much hard work into what they do. They're not only doing what they do on the Black Diamond Guns and Gear channel, but also the 7/6 Tuesday channel and the actual podcast and the Firearm. What is it? Firearms
Radio Network.
And the Firearms Radio Network partnership. Let's just please take a moment. Go to 7/6 Tuesday podcast on YouTube. We're simulcasting to that channel from DLD After Dark. Please go to the channel, click subscribe, then shift over to the little bell that looks oddly like a nutsack, and click the nutsack, and then click all notifications. It's so important because when these guys are able to grow their channel, they can get more information out to more people and spread freedom seeds all across the land. And we owe them that, guys. So please, also, please go to Black Diamond Guns and Gear and Mike, CMMG Mike's Instagrams and follow them on Instagram, but also go to their most recent 10 pictures and like bomb all that shit. Put a big smile on their faces, okay? So that's all I got. If you guys got anything else, go ahead. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and close this out.
Good to go. Thank you for having us.
Thanks
on.
for having us, for
Really
sure.
appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man. So I close it out by saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm just kidding. I always say the same thing, guys. You already know what I'm going to say. But now, like in the times that we're in, it's kind of more important now more than ever. And what I always say is rule number one is be kind. It is so important for us just to be kind in your daily life and the things that
And
you
it's
do.
easy to do.
Yeah, and it's free. It's easy to do. And the impact that you could have on someone else, you never know the challenges that someone is experiencing in their life, the things that they're going through. And by you just simply being kind, being cordial, being respectful, being a person like the Constitution, if you read the quotes in the Constitution, every person that they reference is a person of virtue and discipline and prudence. And it's important that we embrace those things that are already built within us. They've been reprogrammed out of us. Thank you. Somebody just dropped your link in here. Let me take a second to thank them. The GD Bacon. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. And I appreciate all you mods as well. So be kind. Obviously, that's one of the most important things. But also, oh my God, how am I forgetting my own shit? Sorry. Live a life of contribution, care, and compassion. Don't be a shithead. And we all know that the most important thing is that we all become as highly skilled in violence as possible, because that's the only thing that stops evil. So make sure you be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. That's all I got for you guys. I love all you guys. Thank you, mods. Thank you, channel members. Thank you, Black Diamond Guns and Gear and CMMG Mike. And we are out of here.
See.
Peace.